You stop me at the exact moment everyone else is shouting. The internet has taught us to worship names: Kardashian, Jenner, Rihanna, Hailey, Selena. But behind each logo there is a careful machine of meaning, product, myth, timing, economics. And the secret of celebrity brands is not celebrity alone. It is a choreography of trust, of scarcity, of ritual, and most of all, of psychology. Tonight on GTWJ, we will unravel why some celebrity brands become cult empires and why others quietly dissolve. We will look at what makes people feel seen, special, and frankly a little bit superior when they buy in. And we will be honest about who is selling beauty and who is selling belonging. Think of a celebrity brand as two parallel promises. Promise 1, the product will perform. Promise 2, the product will change how you live and how the world sees you. When both promises are true and reinforced by impeccable storytelling and service, you get cult. When only one is true, the brand survives on momentum for a time, then fades. Let's meet some of our case studies. Skims arrived as a solution, shape and comfort translated into modern minimalism. But it did more than sell underwear, it sold a new body story, inclusive, engineered, flattering. The product delivered, the sizing and fabrics were thoughtful, and Kim Kardashian's platform translated into attention at scale. That attention was put through a rigorous engine. Limited drops, polished product photography, and retail partnerships that turned an online success into a mainstream infrastructure. The result is not just revenue, it is habit. People reach for Skims because it fits reliably, and the brand's voice teaches you that reliability is beautiful. Skims' commercial rise, close to billionaire valuations and near billion-dollar revenues in recent years, shows what happens when product excellence and storytelling meet scale. Contrast that with the Rhode, which represents on the opposite marketing playbook but reaches cult status in its own right. The Rhode never chased virality. It doubled down on craft, silence, and discretion. Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen built a language of quiet precision. Fabrics selected like secret ingredients, sleeves drafted with near-surgical care, and retail that whispers rather than screams. The Rhode's power comes from authenticity, the kind that takes time to earn, and from a clientele who values the invisible labor behind a scene. While Skims commodifies intimacy, the Rhode sanctifies craft. Both attract devotion, but for different reasons. Kylie Cosmetics exploded because it understood a cultural moment. Direct-to-consumer speed, social proof from millions, and product narratives that were conversational. I use this, you can use this. The business savvy followed. Partial sale to Coty and global distribution that made the brand a commodity and a cultural shorthand simultaneously. That move monetized hype, but it also showed the danger of converting social capital into corporate capital. Scale changes intimacy. Kylie's trajectory teaches us that celebrity clout can be turned into real financial heft, but the brand's soul will inevitably be reshaped by corporate forces. Look at Rhode and Rare Beauty to understand nuance inside beauty. Rhode rode the minimal, explanatory trend. Single solution products, a founder who embodies the aesthetic, and an audience hungry for transparent everyday skincare. That narrative created value fast enough that major players moved to acquire or partner. Rare Beauty grew because Selena Gomez invested in relatability and emotional honesty. Product works, but the brand's magnetism is empathy, dressed as efficacy. Industry moves, retail partnerships and acquisitions are often a recognition that product momentum is now a platform. Recent deals show how big beauty shops are buying cultural relevance as much as inventory. Fenty is another unique case. Product first, but with a moral imperative that resonated. Rihanna launched inclusion as product architecture, a foundation range that refused to ignore darker skin tones, and the market rewired itself. Commercial success followed, and the house structure behind Fenty allowed the brand to expand into other categories with credibility. But even Fenty has evolved into a larger business conversation. Partnerships, joint ventures, the strategic choices behind stakes and valuations, which reminds us that even the most culturally disruptive products must live inside an economic ecosystem. Recently, LVMH's shifting interest in its Fenty stake shows how the corporate world evaluates cultural capital in dollars and strategy. So why do some celebrity lines burn bright and then fade? There are 5 psychological and structural fault lines to watch. First, authenticity versus performative association. A brand that feels like an actual extension of a founder's life, Rhode's minimalist skin routine, Selena's emotional honesty, Rihanna's inclusivity feels credible. When the founder is genuinely invested in product development, the narrative rings honest. When celebrity attachment is only surface, a name on a label with little technical input, consumers feel a hollow echo after the first few purchases. Second, ritual and service. Luxury is less about price and more about ritual. Hermès didn't become Hermès by selling bags. It taught rituals of care, storage, and repair. In the celebrity world, brands that create rituals, membership clubs, restocks that feel like invitations, wait lists that create anticipation, convert customers into keepers. Ritual builds belonging, and belonging is the currency of cult. Third, product meaning versus product novelty. People will tolerate a gimmick for a season, but they'll only form ritual behavior around functional meaning. A lip kit that actually lasts, a serum that visibly calms redness, these are meaning. Novelty, the color of the month, the viral gimmick can open the door, but meaning keeps people living inside that house. Fourth, economic architecture. Some celebrity brands are built by design to be vertical, direct to consumer, and nimble. Others scale into wholesale, licensing, or partial sales early, and these moves change brand perception. Selling to a conglomerate can bring distribution and R&D muscle, but it also changes who the brand answers to. We saw that with historic sales in beauty, where founders cash out and companies become institutional. Fifth, community and scarcity. Cult brands balance availability and aspiration. Not everyone can have everything, but everyone can belong to the idea. A Good American built inclusivity as both product fit and marketing ethos. Skims used drops and broad sizing to make it inclusive yet coveted. When scarcity becomes too manufactured, consumers resent it. When it's absent, the object loses allure. The clever brands thread this needle. Let's unpack the mechanics, the exact levers these brands use to make you want the product and feel better for owning it. First lever, narrative anchoring. Brands tell a story about how the product fits into a life. Kylie sells youth, experimentation, and immediate gratification. Rare Beauty sells acceptance and slow confidence. Skims sells comfort and the redefinition of beauty. These stories are rehearsed everywhere: packaging, social posts, influencers, in-store experiences. They tell you who will feel like you if you use the product. Second lever, social proof and mimicry. Humans are herd animals. When millions of tiny signals, stories, reels, tagged posts coalesce, they create the impression of a majority. Social proof carries outsized weight online because it's visible and measurable. This is why initial seeding matters. Brands that secure micro-influencers, authentic testimonials, and editorial picks create a runway of proof that feeds itself. Third lever, scarcity and timing. Limited editions, restocks, only today drops create dopamine loops. The psychology here is simple. Scarcity makes the object feel valuable. Urgency converts consideration into action. But scarcity must be believable. The moment scarcity turns obvious, the brand's reputation suffers. Fourth lever, frictionless purchase pathways. Brands that remove barriers win. One click, buy now links, fast shipping, easy returns. These features are invisible but critical. They convert interest into ownership without the friction that kills desire. Fifth lever, sensory staging. The tactile, olfactory, and visual elements of the unboxing matter. Brands that choreograph the moment of discovery, nice tissue, meaningful boxes, a card with a human note, convert acquisition into ritual. Suddenly the bag, serum, or slip becomes an event, not a transaction. Now, why some celebrity houses will last and why others won't? Longevity requires 3 durable infrastructures: product integrity, operational excellence, and cultural utility. Product integrity, the baseline. A brand can't survive on story alone indefinitely. A foundation that oxidizes, a shapewear that stretches out within weeks, a serum that causes reactions, these are fatal wounds. Brands that invest in formulation, materials, and testing build a longer runway. Operational excellence, fulfillment, retail, and supply chain are the unsung heroes. A viral product that can't ship or a skincare line that sits incorrectly in a hot warehouse will lose consumer trust faster than any PR crisis. Cultural utility, this is the hardest to manufacture. Does the brand meet a real human need, or does it ride a temporary desire? Fenty's inclusivity was not just marketing, it remapped product architecture. Rare Beauty tapped into mental health conversations authentically. Those brands offer more than product, they provide frameworks for identity. Let us be frank about celebrity power. Celebrity opens doors, but it doesn't keep them open. Fans buy once because they trust the person. They keep buying when the product justifies that trust. The smartest celebrity founders participate in the creative process, hire the best technical teams, and treat their brand as a long game rather than a headline. So what causes the famous collapses? 3 common mistakes. They overextend, launching categories without depth, perfumes, accessories, ready to wear, before the core product is ironclad, dilutes focus, and damages credibility. They trade authenticity for cash, selling too quickly to a conglomerate or licensing in ways that make the products feel generic, can sever the emotional tie customers had with the original story. They ignore maintenance. Brands that stop innovating, fail to replenish hero SKUs, or neglect customer service lose the rituals that made them sacred. Now, let us speak to the emotional calculus these brands exploit, the very human reasons we buy them, and why people feel excluded if they don't. Belonging. Buying a celebrity brand often reads as an entrance ticket to a social narrative. It's not merely about looking good, it's about saying, I understand that world. That signal can grant confidence and a subtle superiority. Clothes and cosmetics become stamps of identity. Good brands balance that aspiration with inclusivity. They allow the customer to feel uplifted without humiliation. Status as narrative. Celebrities sell improved versions of ourselves. The bag, the lip, the bodysuit stands in for better life. This works emotionally because humans are narrative animals. We buy the story we want to live in. When a brand makes that story believable, it becomes sticky. Self-authorship. Many customers use these brands to author their image. The choice of product is a small, repeatable ritual of self-definition. Over time, these rituals compound into wardrobe identity, grooming language, and even social currency. But there is a darker edge. Shame and scarcity marketing can make consumers feel excluded. Some brands intentionally cultivate that scarcity to make belonging feel earned, and that can be seductive. The ethical line is where exclusion becomes anxiety. The best brands create aspiration without cruelty. What about value? Are these products worth it? The truth is never absolute. Some celebrity products are genuinely excellent and worth repeat purchase. Others are well-marketed misses. The consumer's job is to learn to read the signs. Formulations that are transparent, materials with provenance, reviews that discuss long-term performance rather than one-night photos and real-world testing. The brand's job is to be honest about what they offer, to provide proof, and to create rituals of aftercare that honor the buyer. Let me give you a practical compass. When you evaluate a celebrity brand, ask, is the founder clearly involved in product decisions? Does the product solve a repeatable problem better than other options? Does the brand create rituals and service that justify premium pricing? Is scarcity believable and not manufactured for manipulative urgency? Does the brand invest in operations so you actually receive what you bought as promised? If the answers are mostly yes, treat the purchase as a considered buy. If they're no, treat it as a novelty. Finally, will celebrity brands survive as a category? Yes, but not unchanged. The ones that endure will be those that evolve into houses of craft and service rather than mere celebrity labels. They will invest in R&D, in community care, in transparent supply chains, and in meaningful rituals that reward long-term ownership. Those that fail will be those that confuse celebrity heat with brand heat, bright for an instant, cold soon after. And to you who watch this channel, remember that your choices are not trivial. When you buy, you vote with more than your wallet. You vote for the stories you want in the world. Choose products that honor your life, not those that demand an identity you don't have. Be skeptical and be curious. Demand proof that a product is worth your attention. And when you find a brand that truly delivers product and ritual, craft and meaning, treat it like a small epiphany. If you love this deep dive and you want more conversations that read fashion like culture, psychology and craft, come join us at GTWJ Mag. We're a small community that talks honestly about why things matter, not just whether they look good on camera. This is where we learn to buy with eyes open and style with intention. Which celebrity brand do you think will still be loved in 10 years? and which one will be a footnote? Tell us below. We want to hear your reasoning. So why do some celebrity lines burn bright and then fade? There are 5 psychological and structural fault lines to watch. First, authenticity versus performative association. A brand